We're going up against Giovanni today with his Shadow Ho-Oh team once again, but this time the challenge is to do this with Pokemon that are only below 1000 CP. Yes, it can be done. So here is the team that we've got. He's going to throw out his Persian, obviously. That's always his first spot Pokemon. Handle Persian differently based on whether it uses Scratch or Feint Attack. The common component is that Persian is weak to fighting. Now, the good thing about Scrafty here, in the case of Persian having Feint Attack, you should always use your fighting types in that case. With that, Scrafty actually is going to resist Dark way hardcore, man, because Scrafty is Dark and Fighting in its own typing. Dark resists Dark and Fighting resists Dark. And the other good thing about Scrafty, of course, is that it has access to a really spammy moveset. So right here with Counter as our fast attack and then Power Up Punch as our charge attack. Not only is that spammy because Counter generates a lot of energy per hit, but Power Up Punch doesn't take a lot of energy to fire off. But, I mean, it's extremely obvious, but Power Up Punch gives us a guaranteed buff to our attack. This is a good time to use our shield, obviously. Persian going to be using Power Gem. We don't want to take that hit, so let's go ahead and use our shield every single time that you use a charge attack or they use one, or whenever your Pokemon faint or get switched out, and that's on either side. Team Go Rocket is going to experience some stun time, so you notice that the Persian, every single time that we do this, it's stunned, where it's just not attacking us for about 3 seconds. That's going to be very valuable time. You notice that we did have enough energy for Power Up Punch, but we waited before we used it, and that's the key. So the other thing kind of different about this video compared to, for instance, when we did our first look, I'll link to that and everything so you guys can see some other parties that win and other combinations that Giovanni can use against you. Well, in this case, he's got Golem right here in the middle spot. The Golem is using Rock Throw. You probably do want to handle, in most cases, this fight against the Golem differently if you are struggling based on which fast attack it has. And that's usually the case with most Pokemon that Team Go Rocket's going to throw at you, as long as the typings don't have a lot of crossover. So, for instance, Golem can have Mud Slap. That's obviously a ground attack, but Rock Throw right here, going to be resisted hardcore by our Galarian Stunfisk, man. This thing is a beast, you guys. We've shown off Galarian Stunfisk as if it was our channel mascot, because it might as well be. The key right here is to have, of course, Galarian Stunfisk with Mud Shot and Muddy Water at minimum. You could probably be Big Ball in here and finagle your win a little bit faster if you had maybe Earthquake as well as Muddy Water, teach it 2 charge attacks. The thing about Golem is that it's going to take super effective damage, but twice over, 256% damage from water and from grass. And so that's how you can handle it based on which attack it throws at you. If it's throwing ground attacks at you, you could go the grass route since that's going to resist ground. And this is actually, it's okay that our Stunfisk just fainted right there. It would have been nice, obviously to continue the Stunfisk into the Ho-Oh fight. But what this does is this actually buys us time once again. So right here, we do get to generate just, it's only 1 hit of energy, but that's better than nothing. With our Sableye, who's going to take on the Ho-Oh. Really, Sableye, not your optimal pick or anything like that, but we're doing this for the challenge, again, of beating Giovanni below 1000 CP. So, if you're looking for just like that kind of quick, easy expert thing, just go with your 3000 CP Machamps and all that stuff, finish this off quickly. This is great, though, for people who struggle, people who maybe have low-level Pokemon. And what's even better, let me reassure you here, is that my account is actually level 45, and so they actually scale the CP higher up based on your trainer level for Team Go Rocket. So, for instance, my Ho-Oh right here is 17,536 on the CP. If you're, say, level 30 or even level 20-something, yours is going to be lower. So that means as long as you're below level 40, you could still stick with this team that I have right here, and as long as you're fighting the Team Go Rocket combination that I'm fighting, your victory will actually go even quicker. You'll essentially have even more of a leg up than I do. So being at level 45 and taking my Pokemon below 1000 is a massive intentional handicap to myself. But anyway, the key right here with the Sableye is going to be it resists Extra Sensory, which is the attack that Ho-Oh is throwing at us, but we can deal super effective damage with Power Gem, which is obviously a rock type attack, and any chance that you can, use your best rock attackers, hopefully ones that have kind of spammier rock movesets. Power Gem takes a long time to charge up, so it's not always the ideal, but I just specifically picked this combination with Sableye right here because it had the right resistance and could deal super effective. And look at this, you guys, 1 hit away, like Sableye on that one last hit, boom, man! All that would have taken was Ho-Oh to do one more attack, and we would have been out of there. And so again, he could throw a Machamp or a Cloyster into that middle spot. Obviously, some of you guys may want to know what to do in those cases. If you've got annotations on, get ready to click an end screen that's going to be on screen right here to see that video where we fought Giovanni and his Ho-Oh team already. A lot of your crossover with Extra Sensory that Ho-Oh was using here could be done with Steel Wing as well. Galarian Stunfisk with Rock Slide, also a good target to go up against a Ho-Oh using either of those attacks. Just, you want to be very specific about the fast attack that Team Go Rocket's confusing because the Galarian Stunfisk would have not liked Mud Slap at all if the Golem had that, or Incinerate if Ho-Oh had that. Keep those things in mind, and I'll catch you guys on the next vid, and thanks for viewing.